Hi, I'm Ryan,
And I'm Alex.
and this is the War Room. This is our first foray into YouTube period ever. So, it's two guys doing this.
Just kind of fun.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
that's all this
our
is.
downtime.
We definitely have lives outside of the War Room, and but whenever we do, or whenever we can, I should say.
Yeah.
We will definitely be adding more videos and everything like that. But today, we are coming to you, both of us, me and him, coming to you because we've got this little tournament idea in our head. And it's going to be played with just me and him. And it's going to be kind of a combination of good armies versus good players. Now, we have made 8 500-point lists, and we spent like an entire weekend going over each and every single one of these lists, going, all right, is this a good 500-point list? Is this going to work? Is this going to can this do the job?
Right.
And I think we're good.
I think we're good. I think there are a few armies we already think might be good contenders for the end, but I think that
Dice could get in the way.
Dice definitely can get in the way. But I think all of them are really good in their own right. So
Absolutely. And we will go over those armies with you in a moment shortly. But just a few, an explanation first of the tournament that we're going to be playing. It is a 500-point little tournament. I'm sure you picked up on that by this point. Each list is 500 points. No unit is more than 250 points. I actually think the most expensive unit throughout all the armies is actually 180.
yeah, 180.
Yeah. And no model can have more than 10 wounds.
Yep.
And that actually cut out a lot of what I was originally going to do.
Same. I know for a Grey Knight list, I was going to go Dread Knight.
Yeah.
No
Dread Knight at 500 points. I remember that thing. And then the final bit is that none of these armies have named characters.
That too.
One named characters, some of them are just incredibly good.
Yep.
Looking again at Grey Knights, my personal opinion, Voldus.
Voldus or Drago. Drago.
Like both of them are just powerhouses that would could probably take on 500 points. Just those two models, that's all I'm bringing. Voldus and Drago versus your 500 points. Would you like to concede now?
Strike team here, just for the.
Yeah, that's just he's holding the back objective. Definitely, those two were our powerhouses, and then it's also we don't want to misplay some of these characters. Like I don't know if you had added Farsight in with the enclaves. Yeah, I would probably butcher playing him.
Yeah, he's a niche character, but it's cool.
Same thing with Shadows. But
Anyhow.
anyway, we are diverting. So the way that we're going to be playing this tournament is obviously 8 armies. It's going to be a bracketed game, and each bracket, however, is empty. We don't know where these 8 armies are going to be placed in order. What we're going to be doing is the first roll of the game is going to be who gets to choose which 8 of those 8 armies are you going to play.
Right.
So we roll off, you win, you choose an army.
I can choose an army, and the benefit for losing, actually, this roll off is to react.
Counter choose.
So it's like if I choose, say, Tau, and your salamanders are going to be like, hey, these salamanders are good against the Tau. Whether they are not, like I'm just giving an example. But you're like, yeah, I'll play them.
So yeah, like you win the roll off, you get the opportunity to choose an army that you have experience with. Like I have experience with maybe half of the armies up there.
Insane. So
I will choose this army that I am good with. I know that I can do good with this army. And your response might be, all right, well I'm gonna choose this army that I know that I'm good with.
Yep.
But maybe it's not the best army to face off against what he has chosen.
And that might affect things.
And those first rolls are going to dictate the bracket. Who are the winning models. And then once we get through the first 4 games, and the winning armies are to the side here, it creates a second bracket. We're not going to be carrying over like what you did with your that tournament you played all by yourself.
I was lonely.
Funny. So it's not going to be the winning army carries over and that's his place now. We're not going to be doing that. It's just going to be a new bracket where we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be rolling off, and now we're choosing between 4 armies, and then we're going to have that semifinals, and then the finals is going to be the 2 winning armies, and we're going to roll off, and you're going to choose, or I'm going to choose, and then whoever's second has got to play whatever army is left, so that is the tournament that we're going to be playing. It's just going to be me and him go over. We might get the games done within a week,
probably.
But the time that it'll take to do all the editing and everything like that, and that's what I'll be doing.
Yep.
That might take more time. So there's definitely going to be some space between releases. Hopefully I'll get better as I do it.
True. Yeah.
That's our turn.
Yeah.
My opponent, Alex, is a very aggressive player. Like, his army choices have always been the get in your face and just demolish you, either through melee, like with his Grey Knights, or with very close range shooting, like with his Tau. He runs a very aggressive playstyle. So I've got to be able to either choose the armies, prevent him from getting those very aggressive style armies, or if he does get those aggressive style armies, play according, either super defensive or more aggressive than him.
And for my opponent, Ryan, his playstyle is very ranged. He likes staying a good 2 feet from the opponent, and you'll hear this a lot. He has nothing to prove. I might get into his face, but he will always fall back. Let things shoot at them. Let things shoot at the things that just got in the melee. He likes to keep his distance from the enemy if the tactic allows it. Other than that, he's a good player, and look forward to this.
So, what we are about to do now is go through each of the 500-point lists. We won't go into full detail with them, but we will describe what's in the lists. Once we start playing, we will go into further depth about what each unit is fitted out with, what our warlord traits are, what our relics are, and all of that. But for now, let's take a look at what the base lists are.
Alright guys, first one we're going to talk about is the Genestealer cults. Starting off, we're going from left to right, we have the Jackals with the Quad. Next we have the Jackal Alphys, who will be the Warlord for most of the games. Then we have the Ridge Runner, the Kellermorph, and the Hybrids. This list is one of the few lists with heavy weapons and character sniping. So this list should be a contender for first place.
For the Sons of Titan, they have a significantly smaller list than pretty much everything else up here except for one army. For our Warlord, we will have a Chaplain as the leader. And we actually floundered between him or a Librarian and felt like the Chaplain would be a bit more interesting to have on the field. Backing him up are 2 units of Grey Knight Terminators, one of which has a silencer in it. And that actually brings us to 495 points.
Alright guys, this is the Harlequin army. It's a little bit smaller than the Grey Knights. As you can tell, this is going to be definitely a character-heavy list. We have the Solitaire, the Shadow Seer, the Troop Master, a Star Weaver, and just a squad of players. This is going to be a fun list. Possibly contending for first. We'll see.
Alright everyone, here's a personal favorite of mine, the Militarum Tempestus. We have, very simple here, 2 Tempestor Primes and 3 squads of Scions. They have a lot of hitting power, and but I will be using, or I say I will be using, there are going to be new rules for these, for this army that neither of us have actually played with before, so we're definitely looking forward to that.
Alright, this is the Necrons. As the time of this recording, we only have the updated Necron and Space Marine codexes, so new rules abound. What we have in this list are 2 squads of 12 warriors and a Catacomb Command Barge, the Barge being our most expensive model in this entire game. Or tournament, rather.
The Salamanders welcome you. The Space Marine Codex is fresh, and we have a lot of really fun new toys to play with. Not a lot of which are actually featured here, unfortunately. Starting off for our Warlord, we will have the Captain in Gravis armor with the Assault Intercessors serving as our troop choice. Fast and Elites are covered by the Inceptor and Dreadnought, respectively.
For the greater good. For this list, we have, it's quite simple, a Cold Star battlesuit, a Breacher squad, and a squad of bodyguards with 3 gun drones. This list is a heavy hitter, very fast, don't want them to get close.
Bounding ever forward, we have Tyranids. Now, there's not a lick of shooting in this list, so it's going to have a bit of a uphill fight. We've got 10 Hormigons, 15 Gene Stealers, and the Brood Lord. All in all, this list could very well be considered the weakest, only if the opponent is able to stay away from them, however. If that gap is closed, they could just take the game. And there it is. 8 500-point armies for a little tournament between friends.
It's fun. It'll be a lot of fun, actually.
Oh yeah, no. So, like, do you have anyone who you think is going to be a strong contender for victory here?
If I had to choose 2 armies, it's going to either be Necrons, and actually I'm thinking Genes of the Cult might do something as well.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on Genes of the Cult.
Really?
I want to say that they might make it to semifinals, but honestly, I do feel like the Salamanders, the Space Marines, do probably have a good chance at the finals. It all depends on who they meet up against in the first few games that they play.
Right.
Like with good matchups, even like with bad matchups, they still have a good chance because, you know, it could just boil down between Necrons and Salamanders.
Right.
Unless they face off early in the tournament. If they face off early in the tournament, then that's going to be the telling battle right there. I'll be honest with you.
That's fair.
So, but I do agree with you with the Necrons being a threat to the first place.
Yeah, they're new rules, just that coming back every turn they lose a model, it's just...
Every phase.
Every phase they lose a model, yeah.
Yeah, well, use the terms.
Oh, my bad.
Nitty-picky.
But yeah, no, it's going to be fun.
So, as a final bit of a disclaimer here, these games are primarily for fun. You know, we did try our very best to make, you know, good small points armies, but at the end of the day, you know, where neither of us are really tournament players, you know. Well, I've been in one tournament my entire life where I've played solo. I've done a couple of team tournaments,
right,
but I don't really count those.
I've only been in one tournament as well, and that was actually against you, so...
Yeah. So, this is for fun. 100% for fun. If we make mistakes, feel free to leave some comments on it. We'll learn from it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we'll definitely learn from it. But I've actually never played Tyranids. I've never played Tau.
I've
only ever played with Necrons before. Harlequins are a complete mystery to me.
I've had a little bit of everything here. My biggest mystery would be the Scions and maybe even Salamanders because of their specific rules. But I've had a little bit of everything here. So.
Oh yeah. There are definitely some armies that I haven't even touched. Though.
Right.
Here's to a fun little tournament between friends.
It'll be fun.
I will say that we do still need to treat this kind of like a tournament.
Oh, naturally.
Fun tournament. So
Still
no
competitive,
takesy backsies.
Right.
I say that like you're the one who does it all the time. I'm looking forward to this. This has been kind of like a little pet dream of mine for a while.
Oh yeah, making bat reps and.
No, yeah. So yeah,
exciting.
We hope that you, the viewers, will enjoy. Leave comments. Tell us what you'd like to see next time. Because after this tournament, this isn't going to be the only thing that we're going to try and put out. We're going to keep trying to put a few out there. Be kind. We're using primitive equipment when compared to the big names out there. Play on Matt, or what is their full name?
I think it's just a play on,
or whatever. Mini Wargaming, Play on, Midwinter Miniatures.
Yeah, Winter SEO.
Tabletop Tactics.
All of these guys, we watch all their videos. We love them to death.
We recognize we are not them. But yeah, we're using very basic equipment. It's not going to be, the standards. We hope you enjoy it though, and we're going to definitely put our best foot forward.
Right. I'm left foot, so we're good.
Signing out.